All right, guys. Hi. Welcome to Go Beyond. Glad you're with me tonight. What you're going to need is 2 bands for your legs, a pair of weights, body towel, and it's June the 21st. And of course, your chair. Go ahead and push your chair back out of the way for right now. And towel on top of that. Make sure you're in a position where you're not going to bump into anything. That you have your water in your body. We are going to work out hard. So I want you to start though by just standing nice and tall for me with your feet under you, as opposed to out from under you. And take a nice breath and raise your shoulders to here. Just let them relax into whatever position they need to go into. All right, I want you to fill ear to ear, your collarbones, pelvic floor. Practice filling that part straight down. Let's nice deep breath. Exhale. And I want you to do it again without raising your shoulders. So when you inhale, I don't want you doing this. Lifting your ribs. I want you to push down into your pelvic floor and push up at the same time without moving your body. Okay? So you want to feel ear to ear without this. Shot, right? Let's try again. And go. And exhale. Now, doing the same thing from here to here, I want you to fill out to the sides as well. And that doesn't mean you're actually moving your arms. That's the feeling you want to have in your ribs. So let's take our breath. Let's begin. All right, we're going to have one more dimension. This time when you breathe in, feeling ear to ear, and front to back. With the focus being on your spine. You're pulling that air in, pushing down and up, pushing out to the side. I want you to push it through the back of your spine. So you're not going to arch when you do it. You're just going to feel like you're pushing the air out of your spine. So we're going to do 2 of these breaths. Ready? And one more. Okay. Now that we've got our breathing going, get a little innervation, we're going to start with our warm-up. We did the breathing part as a warm-up. And where's the beginning? Oh, there it is. Yeah. How's our sound levels? Our sound level good, up, or down? Good? Okay. Let's start with our bars. The key here, picking those feet up off the floor. And I take my shoes off because the floor is very tacky. We're not using bands over our feet for acts. There's that. Make sure when you're marching, you're getting that elbow way back there, roll into that shoulder joint. As you're moving along, you want to try to get the hand to come up more. Being mindful of your range of motion. If your range of motion says no, then don't go there. Out and in. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just march. Keep going. The dangers of being unlimited and his socks are pretty good. I'm gonna take my socks off. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift. Now, try to do the knee lift without blowing into it. Your upper body up without bending in. Now add your bend. Bend into it just a little bit so you're waking up your back. Now let's go out to the side. Waking up the inner thighs. Waking up the feet. Hands for balance. Let's take it back down. Good. Make sure your hands are through your knees. Bring them here. Palms are flat. Elbows are forward if you can. Be mindful of range of motion. If you can't go up, go out. So if you can't go up, push out for me. So if you can't go up, you go here. You go up, you go up. With the flat palm are what we want. No matter what direction, if you're pushing out or even more towards the down, that flat palm, if you can do it. We want our speed gauge. Let's push it out. Whether it's even with the shoulders or a little bit even towards down. So that those palms are flat. Keep going again. Take it down. Okay, pick up your weights. Now that your arms are warmed up, we're going to go right in the arms. Let's just do a little heel rock, which means you're just picking your heels up off the ground. Turn your palms forward, biceps. 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Our next set, we're going to do a 4-count lift. 2 up, 2 down. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if you can't go up, then just continue with the regular biceps. Just do twice as many biceps. That's fine. Or lift short. If this is as far as you can lift, then that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can lift all here, or you can lift bars right here. One more set. 1, 2, 3, 4. Finish out. 5, 6, 7, and bicep curl. Singles. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You still have your heel bars going? Yes, it makes you wobble. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Last set. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Go ahead and set your weights comfortably out of your way. Get your chair back in position. Wherever you had it. Have your towel on the chair. So first we're going to start. Do a gentle straightening of the knees. There we go. Down what? Somebody just got to pop in and tell me.
Patrice, the phone is not working.
Okay. But can you see me on the other part? Or you can't see me, you can't hear me?
See you, we can't hear you.
Right. We can't hear the music and everything is freezing.
Ah.
Sorry.
Sorry about that. Oh, Jesus. It's going to be fun seeing all the interesting things. All right. All right. Can you see me now?
Yes, and we can
Okay.
actually hear. Now you can hear the music.
No worries, you guys.
Yeah.
You got your towel, you got your chair, That's what we're going for. Got turn my sound back up. Ha ha. Okay. All right. Put your towel on your chair. Let's do our hip hinges. So I'm going to take those hips back. Legs are gently locked, not hard locked, because I want you to say hi to your hamstrings. Your back is in neutral. Your neck is in neutral. We're just going to have that stretch going right there. You can brace against the top of your thighs if you need to. And just start a gentle little pulse right out the hips. Your knees aren't going anywhere. Gentle, gentle. We live and learn, you guys. You're going to go, oh yeah, I remember this one. This is when we had that big thing. All right, keep going. We've got a little bit to go on the phrasing before we get out of the pulse warm up. You can start gently bending your knees a little bit more to get in the hamstrings. Don't hurt yourself. And roll it up. Pick up your body towel. Now, again, be mindful of range of motion. Those of us who can go higher, go higher. The rest of us, you keep your arms level and go as high as you can with it. So let's go into our hip hinge. Take it down right here. Bring it up to shoulder level or eye level. And if you need to put the body towel down completely, that's fine. Pulse. 2, 3, 4. Now keeping weight in your heels, just kind of pulse yourself to the left. It's like you're turning around to look behind you and come back. So you're shifting your weight in your heels. Back to center. Let's go right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Count back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and back again. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms down and roll it up. And let's go ahead and press up. This is just part of the stretch. So do what you need to here. Arch your back a little bit if you can. Bring your arms down. Go ahead and put this behind you. Widen your stance. And just push back into the hip hinge. Let your back go into neutral, neutral. So you're stretching your back a little bit here. Bend your knees. And come back up. Now, take your body towel and drop it right in front of the legs of those chairs. You're going to start by putting your heels up on the knottiest part of your towel. That means the part that's not squishy, the hardest part, the most sturdy part. So your toes are on the floor and your heels are on the towel. Okay. Your center of gravity is just shifted forward. So let's go ahead and sit back. How far can you sit back and almost get to where you can touch the chair? That's what I want you to do. Touch the chair. Back of your legs touches, that's when you come up. So this is where you get to do your own measured squat. Pushing back into those hips, touching the back of the chair and coming up. Trying not to lose your balance. So you can go quickly if you want to, or you can just kind of stay in a little rhythm with me here. You can even go slower than I'm going. Because with your body canted forward, your knees are a little more engaged, so that may bother some of you. Just sit forward a little bit on the towel a little bit more and make sure your hips go way back. I'm also using this opportunity as my back is in neutral to get my elbows down there and kind of stretch out of my back a little bit. Because you know what's coming after this. Come up, pick up your heels. All right, scoot your towel forward and flip it a little bit. Now, you should have foot distance between the chair and your towel. Get those toes up. Heels are on the floor. Chair's behind you just in case you need it. So again, your center of gravity is going to change places. You're going to want to tilt back so the chair is there. So sit back into your heels. Your goal here is not to touch the chair. Okay, that's not your goal. Your goal is to get your hips as far behind you as you can without your knees going forward. Now, your toes being up really helps with this. And you're just kind of folding yourself down into the smallest piece possible. Just kind of tucking your elbows. Going nice and slow enough to breathe. Exhale as you go down. And inhale as you come up. And if you remember our breathing exercise from the other day, start the exhale before you go down. Start the inhale before you come up. And if that breathing pattern doesn't work for you, do whatever it takes to keep breathing. I talk so much, I can actually do breathing patterns while I do this. And if you ever really want a weird challenge with doing this kind of hip hinge, take your shoes off. With your shoes on, because it keeps your feet forced flat, it's a whole different ball game with your shoes off. Okay, go ahead and step out of that. All right, I'm going to pause it. This is where you're going to get your towel out of the way. Don't need it right now. Slide it over there. You need your heaviest band above your knees and a lighter band around your ankles. Now, I'm going to let you choose what that is. I practiced this earlier with my heavy blue and my lightest orange, and the light orange was too light for me. So I'm going to do blue and green. And you're going to need your towel. I spoke a little too soon. But once you get everything on, so we're going to go above the knee with the bands. And then at the ankles, or you can go mid-calf even if you wanted to. Just depends on what you feel like doing. All right, we're going to be doing step overs. So you can turn your chair if you need to. You will need to kind of slide the towel back into foot floor range for yourself, because at some point you're going to step over the towel. Yes, you have two impediments on your legs when you do this. So we're going to do the steps first, and then we will add the towel. So everybody go ahead and stand up. If you need the chair, push it aside where you can grab a hold of it as you need it. If not, just slide it right on out of the way. And we're going to get used to this movement to the side, which is our basic side step, but you also are going to have to pick your foot up. So we're going to get to that. So let's get started with the next song. Here we go. We're going to step and close. Now make sure your feet are just staying right here in this same plane. So if you were drawing a line with your feet, it would not waver. And you're probably thinking, too bad, you're trying to kill me. Yeah, just a little bit. Okay, now I want you to purposefully lift the foot like you're stepping over something as you do this. Same thing on the return. That's why you might need a chair until you get used to this. And if at any point you need to take the lower band off, that's fine. this is a lot of bands you got going. You got resistance, and then probably half again at the bottom. Let's do one more set here and here. All right, waddle over to wherever your towel is. Slide it over to you, and you want to turn it long ways. It'll be parallel to your feet, perpendicular to your body. Make sure the seam part of your towel is laying flat on the floor so your foot can't slide into it. Goofy thing that it's going to do. And we're simply going to step over. Remember, you've got to make your step big enough to accommodate both feet on either side. Here we go. Good. You're going to feel it in your rear end tomorrow, I guarantee you. And in your hips. Your hip flexors. So take your step. Slower as fast as you need to go. Depending on what level band it is. You know what I'm talking about. Good. All right. Now, let's go ahead and turn perpendicular to the towel. And I want you to step forward and then step back. And then step forward with the other foot and step back. So you're going to lead with one set and you're going to lead with the other. We should have time for one more. Forward and then back. All right. Now you can kick that out of the way. Now, we're going to pull our chair back in, because this time what you can do is you can switch. Whatever band you have low, I want you to bring that up high. And whatever band you have high, take down low. I'm going to drop mine to right below my calves. We'll see how that works. And it'll probably take us an hour and a half to get through this three-minute long song. Just letting you know ahead of time. That's just how painfully awful it's going to be. So what we're going to do, we're going to sit on our chair and we're going to do open, close, open, close. Probably along with the rhythm of that. So we're going to do 4 on the floor, and then we're going to lift and do the same thing in the air. And that is why I had you switch and put the easier band on your thighs, because you've already done a lot of work in your hips. So we're going to make the longer part of the lever do the work for us. Okay? So you might be tempted to keep that heavy band up top, but you're going to overwork this, and you might really regret it tomorrow. So have the lighter band on top. I promise you, you're going to hurt all over anyway. So let's get started back up here. Here we go. You're going to go open, close, 2, 3, 4. Knees in the air. 1, 2, 3, 4, and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and down. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to 8, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, and down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Double time on the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Feet in. Take off the bottom band. Scoot this top band a little closer to your knees. And go back to open, close, open, close. Now, if you need to flip it forward to the front of your legs, that's fine. Because with this easier band, you can go wider. And I want you to have it in the best place for you. Open, close. We are going to go back to the air ones in a minute. Once you get used to this. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pick it up. Here we go. 1, 2. Keep your ankles even with it. 3 with your knees. 4 and down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pick it up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep going. 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring it in and down. And take the infernal band off. Oof. See where we are? Okay, pick up your weights. And go ahead and just stay on the chair for this one. Because we're focusing on sitting up nice and tall. Now, my guys with shoulder issues, you do not have to use weights on this at all because you're doing an 8-count lift up and an 8-count lift down. So if you want to hold a washcloth or a ball or something in your hand that's not heavy, or even roll up one of the bands, perfect, because you're doing an 8-count lift and then down again. We're doing singles, so if you've got weights, it's going to be heavier. It's going to take still 8 counts. Let's start with our left hand. Front arm raised. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The other arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll your shoulders. Shift them because we're going out to the side. Little neck turn. 8 counts to the left. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and right. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and forward left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, to the side and left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Put your weights, put one weight down. Nope, keep both weights. Keep both weights. I forgot what song we're going into. No. Put them down. It's called not having my list where I can see it. Okay, we're going to sit, stand, and curtsy lunge. So you're still going to need your chair. Make sure everything's out of the way of your feet. And then you're enough in front of the chair that you can sit on it. Stand up, and then move your foot between the chair and you. So you'll have to sit, come up, and curtsy lunge. Sit, come up, and curtsy lunge. So you can go as slow as you want to go. You're going low into your squat. You're coming back up, and you're going into your curtsy. So we're stretching a lot of these muscles that we've already used. We're also revisiting them, so they're not getting a whole lot of a break here. Take your time, use good form. I know this puts you a little further away from the chair to aim for it to touch, so be very mindful of that you don't squat so far as to totally miss your chair. And of course, when you're squatting, keep your hands in, but when you're curtsying, go ahead and start using a big fluid motion to begin the stretch of your arms. Well, we're going to be dying tomorrow, y'all. Let's do 4 more here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Finish the curtsy. And slide behind your chair. From here, keeping one hand on the chair and your body upright, go for the long leg curtsy lunge. Really make this the stretch now. We've got about a minute to stretch this part out. Big arm motion, keeping your upper body open, turning. Right in that shoulder category, whether you're going scooping out and serving the people, or waving real big, all Freddie Mercury on us. What's working for you today? Big stretch. 1 more. All right, pull your chair back to where you had it. Pick your weights back up. We're going to go into ab pulse. Sit on the front edge of your chair. Start with your heels underneath your knees. Walk your toes out so that you can see them just beyond your kneecaps. Feet together for challenge. Feet apart for balance. You know when you need balance. I usually do mine just a little bit apart because people tend to watch what I'm doing. I'm going to bring this up. I've got it resting at my collarbones. I'm just going to let my arms go down. Is this the one we're doing? Afterlight? Yes. It's so quiet, you guys. Ah, here we go. So you hear that? So it's just going to be little tiny. You're going to go pulse, pulse, pulse. tiny pulse. You're really not, you shouldn't be close to 45. You should be at about the 75. That little tiny firing right in here. If you need help finding that, you would start by putting your fingers right here below your sternum and feeling your abdominals that are right here. That's where you start. That's where you can actually physically feel it first. And then as we get into it more, you'll start feeling it really low in your abs, below your belly button. And of course, you've added the weight. So make sure your belly button is aimed toward the top of your thighs and not toward your spine. We're just going to burn this guy out. We're not going to do any twists, not any turns. We're just going to burn it right here. You want to add a little challenge. Stack your weights like this. So they're right along your spine in the front. And of course, your belly needs to come forward now, really to kind of support that. You're not holding air there, but you're holding the muscles there to keep the weights from collapsing into your stomach. Don't give in to the temptation to lean further back, okay? You want to keep that flexion movement small and short as possible. Breathing, breathing, breathing. And it's cooling down. Go ahead and sit up for me. Widen your stance. Rocking your hips just a little bit. All right, let your arms go long, keeping your shoulders in line with your hips. We're just going to curl the right arm up towards our armpit as we take the left arm down. As we come up, you're going to do that slow shift so the weight stays in. Widen your foot base as wide as you need it to accommodate this. Do not lean forward into the lean down. You want to be coming out of that hip with that arm roll up, with your knuckles resting against your body as you lean. Okay? You're not free holding that weight. You're letting your body take that weight for you. We're getting that nice long stretch. If you don't want to use the weight, you don't have to. It's still the same thing, because you're having to lean. The weight just gives you that little extra gravity pull. Sometimes when you're not using a weight, you just need something in your hands to focus. A couple of tennis balls wouldn't be amiss. Even if you got golf balls, something that you can hold. You have something that has that little spinings on, little, I don't want to say pokies that hurt you, but stuff that will stimulate your fingers. That's a great thing. A neuro ball, something that has little nubbies, texture. Tennis ball has the texture. Golf ball does too, but it's a smooth texture. You want something that's gonna be stimulated with your hands. So if you're not using weights, that's what you want to be using, is something to neuro stimulate while you're rolling it out. All right, as we go down, we're going to put one leg down. And as we go the other way, we're going to put that weight down. So bring the hand up, bring the elbow. And now we're going to switch to a raise. Now, if you're having a bad arm day, you go where you need to go. Nice and slow, keeping those arms curled into your reach. You want to turn your head nice and slow to look up at what your fingers are doing. Only do that a couple of times if you're prone to getting dizzy from whipping your head back and forth. You want to keep it slow. This will be the last one on the left, and then the last one on the right. And come back to center. Walk your feet in. Alrighty, so we're going to go back to our breathing that we started out by doing standing. We're going to do it seated now. So go ahead and rock your hips. Make sure everything's stacked well in there. Okay. Do a little turn through here. Make sure your spine is all in line. Little wiggly moves. We're going to breathe our shoulders up, and then we're going to relax them and let them settle down. I don't want you to push them back or anything like that. I just want them to settle and be down. So breathe in and settle your shoulders for me. Now, your hands are resting on your thighs. Turn them over so only the back of your palm is touching. So your arms are not going to engage. If you turn your hands over, you're going to want to tend to do things with your shoulders. You're going to want to squeeze your thighs. With your palms touching, your arms are not going to engage. Remember, we're going to start by filling our cylinder from the collarbone to the pelvic floor. That air all the way through there, and you want to do it without raising your shoulders. Okay, so that's why the back of your palms are touching. So let's go ahead and do that. Breathe in and exhale. In through the nose, out through the nose if you can. Again. And out. Now that you've got your top to bottom, let's work on focusing on feeling the side movements. Remember, you're not expanding the chest out and doing like this. You're feeling that ice cream cylinder that's inside. So you want it to go from the inside out and not the big movements out here. You want it in all internal movements. Again, let's feel top to bottom and side to side. And breathe. Exhale. Top to bottom and out. Exhale. This time we're going to add our focus of front to back, with the focus, hyper focus being on the back. You want to fill the lungs and imagine the air pushing through the back, through your spine in the back, but not arching your back to go with it. So you want the air to push into it, but you don't want your spine going with that movement, because then you're collapsing your ribs in. So you want to keep this cylinder nice and tight. Ready? Everything all together now. And one more. And exhale. Do a little head bobble. Make sure your head's still attached. Little turn. All right. Thank you guys. Oh my goodness. Technical difficulties and everything. I'm going to go ahead and end the video. We'll see how that turns out at the end when I get it sent out to you guys. Thanks for joining me today. And that's the end of that.